Dear students, welcome to this continuation session on managing input-output files. In this file, you will learn how to create a file, that is creation of files, and reading and writing characters to the files. At the end of this session, you will be able to learn how to create file and how to perform read and write operations on file. Creation of files. If we want to create and use a disk file, we need to decide the following about the file and its intended purpose. That is the suitable name for the file. Suitable name for the file. The file name is unique string of characters that helps in identifying a file on the disk. So if you want to store any information on the secondary storage device, then it must be carried out through the process of creation of file. So to create a file, you have to specify the file name. So the length of the file name and the characters that are allowed are dependent on the operating system on which the Java program is executed. The file may contain two parts, a primary name and an optional period with an extension. For example, I can create a document by writing test.doc. So here the .doc is an extension that specifies the type of the file. And even if I want to create a text test file, I can write student.txt. So .txt is an extension that helps in identifying the type of the file. Okay, so then have to think about the data type to be stored. So the data type is important to decide the type of file stream classes to be used for handling the data. We should decide whether the data to be handled is in the form of characters or bytes or at the primitive level. Okay, and the next thing is about the purpose of using the file. That is, the purpose of using a file must also be decided before using it. For example, we should know whether the file is created for reading only or for writing only or for both the operations, and also whether it is created for carrying out updation, etc. Okay, as we know, for using a file, it must be opened first, and this is done by creating a file stream and then linking it to the file name. A file stream can be defined using the classes of reader input stream for reading data and writer output stream for writing the data, that we are going to discuss shortly. So the common stream classes used for various input output operations will also be explained in the next slide, and that specifies the method for creating a file. So whether you are going to create a file using reader input stream or writer input stream, or using a direct method or indirect method, so that method of creating a file has to be known before the file gets created. So these are the common stream classes used for carrying out input-output operation. So as we have discussed, there are two types of stream classes, that is character stream class and byte stream class, to carry out input-output operation at the byte level and at the character level. So using these methods that are available under the character stream class and byte stream class, we commonly perform input-output operations on files. Okay, so there are two ways of initializing the file stream object. All the constructors requires that we must provide the name of the file either directly or indirectly by giving the file objects that has already been assigned a file name. So the following code segment illustrates the use of direct approach, where we are specifying where we are linking the file object directly. Okay, so here I'm creating an object of input stream class, that is file input stream, followed by the object name, that is the declaration of file stream object. So once the object is created, you can link that object to the file from which the input operation, that is the read operation, has to be performed. Here just remember, input means it is read operation, output means write operation. So this file FIS object, that is input stream object, has to be linked to the file from where the read operation has to be carried out. So we use a try and catch block to catch an exception or to handle an exception, because if that file that this object has been linked is not existing, then it raises an exception. To catch that exception, we are placing that statement, that is linking of object to the file within the try block. Okay, so in the next line within the try block, you can see the file input stream object, that is FIS, is linked to the file. Okay, linked to the file. So how it is linked? So we'll write FIS equal to new file input stream. So this is a constructor. So through this constructor, I'm linking this file to the file object. Okay, so what is that file? You have to specify the file name properly, that is test.data here. So even you can specify the text document by writing test.txt. So the extension specifies what type of file that you are going to link it. Okay, so you can link any type of files here. So this is the one approach. So in this approach, what we are doing, we are linking the file to the file object, that is stream object. Next, so there is another approach, that is indirect approach, which uses a file object that has been initialized with the desired file name, and this is illustrated in this following code. Here I am creating an object of file. Okay, and then I am linking the file to the object by following the syntax, that is the object name equal to new operator, and I'm calling a constructor of file class, and then to this constructor I am passing the file name which has to be linked to this file object. Okay, so once it is linked to the file object, later you can link it to the stream object. How? So you have to again create an object of file input stream class, that is file input stream space the object name, that is FIS, and then in the next stage, that is within the try block, you have to link this input stream object to the file by writing FIS equals to new file input stream, and to this constructor you have to pass the file object name. So the file object name is in file, so which is already linked to the file. Okay, here already we have linked that file to the input file object ge link ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ನಾವು. Okay, so that is the indirect approach. See, we have created a file and that file has been linked to the file object, and the file object is linked to the stream object. This is the second approach of handling the file. So in the first approach, we have directly linked the file to the stream object. In the second approach, we have linked the file to the file object, and the file object is linked to the stream object. Okay. So the code above includes 5 tasks, that is selecting a file name, then declaring an object, file object. In the second approach, what we are doing is, first we are selecting the file name, and then we are declaring the file object, and then we give the selected name to the file object declare, and then declare a file stream object and connecting the file to the file stream object. Okay, next, reading and writing characters. Subclasses of reader and writer implement streams that can handle character. The two subclasses used for handling characters in files are file reader and file writer. So here is a program that illustrates how to perform read and write operations using the file reader and file writer. Okay, class. This is a very simple program where I'm copying the characters from one file to the other file. Because we are performing input output operations on file, it is necessary to include IO package of Java standard library, and then I'm creating a class with the name copychars, and then within that class I'm declaring a main method, and then I'm creating two file objects, and then I'm linking file to the file objects. So your example1.java is a file which is linked to the, is an input file actually, and it is linked to the file object that is in file, and a copied dat is the output file, so which is linked to the out file of file object. And in the next line I'm linking that file object to the file stream object. Okay, that file object is linked to the file stream object by writing by creating a file stream object, that is ins, and then I am linking that I am linking that file stream object to the actual file by writing new file reader in file. So in file is the file object, so which is linked to the actual file, that is example.java, and later indirectly I am linking that file object to the file stream that is ins. And in the next line I am linking the out file, that is the file object to the output stream object, that is outs. And I'm declaring a variable of integer type int ch, and in the next line I'm reading the characters from the file, and then I'm writing that file character that is read into the another file. So how I am performing? So through the input stream object, that is ins dot read. So this reads the character from the input file, that is example1.java, and every character will be stored in this ch. So if this ch is not -1, then it represents a character, and that character will be written into the output file, that is copied dat file by calling a write method. How we are going to call? We'll use the output stream object outs, and then we call a method, that is write method, outs dot write. Then what character has to be written into that file? That is ch character, that will be written continuously. Every characters from the input stream is read into the read, and it is stored in ch, and then it is written into the output file. Okay, and after carrying out all copying operation from one file to another file, I am going to close the file, that is the input stream, by writing ins.close, and again I am going to close the output stream by writing outs.close. Next, the concept of using file streams and file objects for reading and writing characters in the above program is illustrated in this figure. Graphically, it is illustrated in this figure. So, input file is input.dat. Here it is input.dat, but in the previous program it is actually what? The file name example1.java, and the output file is copy.dat. Okay. So, the input file is connected to the input stream, and to read the data from the input stream we call a read method, and it is read into your program. And from the program, if you want to write the data to the file, you have to carry out through the stream. Hence, by calling a write method, we write the data to the stream, and from the stream the data is written into the output file. And this concludes the second session. Thank you for your patience listening.